cannot do this. In their country,
Alright.
I am not allowed to take pictures of the local people because they will be angry with me and I will get in trouble. Okay. In their country, if I
Last
paper which has a picture
where I was at,
Kim Il-sung, Kim Jong-un, I am not allowed to fold that newspaper in half. I am not allowed to crumble it. I am not allowed to disrespect it in absolutely any way. And by the way,
oh, I'm not good with names. The rabbit's on the loose in the other area.
when photographing any statues or any monuments to the dear leaders, you always have to shoot them from a low angle point of view. You always have to shoot the whole image. You shouldn't cut off the shoulder. You shouldn't cut off the shoes. You shouldn't cut off anything at all. Now that I abide by all of those rules, well, within reason, I really feel that I have done enough not to truthfully offend anyone. True to myself. I was to stay at the Yangakto Hotel, and I was told that Yangakto means the Horned Sheep Island. So, I suppose I was staying at the Horned Sheep Island Hotel. The Yangakto is a 50-story building with a revolving restaurant on top. It's located on a small, isolated island in the middle of Pyongyang. I was put on floor 26. All the floors below 26, all the floors above 26, they're completely empty. All the lights are turned off, there's nobody there. The restaurant on top,
that complimentary entry ticket does not allow you to enter the pizzeria. You can find an
there's a casino down in the basement, there's some karaoke rooms, there's apparently a spa, a swimming pool, several different restaurants, nobody there. Completely empty. And one more thing. At the Yangakto Hotel, floor number 5 is missing. There is no access to floor number 4 or floor number 6 either. What is on those floors?
Upgrade machine. What? Okay, Chica's up there.
The next morning, I got up pretty early and I headed up to the airport for my flight up to Mount Pektu, which is the mythical birthplace of the dear leader, comrade Kim Jong-il. Air Koryo, the North Korean national airline, is infamous for apparently being the worst airline in the world.
This area is off limits.
The flight was really nothing special, but then again, I flight American before, I flight United before, they suck. Air Koryo was not worse. It wasn't better, but it also wasn't worse. And they had no extra luggage fees.
Where are you?
Ancestral Mount Pektu, symbol of career and cradle of the Korean nation, honoring its 5,000-year-long history, was chanted in the heart of the Korean people since Kim Il-sung started an armed struggle against the Japanese invaders in the forests of the mountain.
From the base of Mount Pektu, where the bus parking was, to the top where you could see the iconic Heaven Lake, it was actually quite a bit of a trek. Everybody went at their own pace, and well, I separated from the tour guides. Once I got to the top,
Where is Chica going?
over the lake. But suddenly this angry Korean guy shows up and he demands that
Study her patterns.
his way. Well, I bought myself some 3 minutes trying to reason with him, but eventually I had to cut it short. I walked away,
Alright,
I asked somebody
so looks like she loop-de-loops.
everybody take pictures together. And before I knew it, the grumpy guy shows up. He pushes everybody aside, and now he insists on taking a picture together as well. Then the tour guide showed up, and it was pretty much the end of local interaction.
Your family is looking
do, I head over to the secret camp.
This is the historic place where our grandfather and spent his childhood. So that picture shows our President Kim Il-sung and then the mother Kim
Go upstairs.
and then our grandfather Kim Jong-il at age of 1 years old. And then
That's nice.
over there, the Jong-il cake. Jong-il is the name of our grandfather Kim Jong-il. That's Jong-il. So we call it one Jong-il cake.
Half the things, half the places have been named after the deer leaders.
That area is very the mysterious areas.
There are mountains named after the deer leaders. There are trees named after the deer leaders. There's a flower named after the deer leader in Korea.
But that is a poem written by our President Kim Il-sung. And then that is the signature of our President Kim Il-sung.
According to old documents, Kim Jong-il was actually born in Russia. However, in Korea, the story involves double rainbows and talking birds. Throughout my whole visit there, I really could not help but wonder, how are all those people gonna feel when one day they find out the truth? Since the beginning of the trip, I had been waiting for some kind of... When I get to Pyongyang, the trip is finally gonna stop Pyongyang, and well, I'm stuck in the hotel. But no, I get ushered to a bus, I get put on a plane, and I am constantly sheltered. That's the point when I figure out that this local experience, well, it's simply not gonna come. But I walk up to Mr. Mo, and I ask him, Mr. Mo, can you tell me anything about your life? Miss Selma, can you tell me a little bit about your government? Absolutely not. And at that point, I come to my second realization that those two, they're not really tour guides. They're simply propaganda speakers. They're there to escort me from one place to another to give it the impression of a well-rounded trip, when in fact, they can't wait for me to just leave. As my final attempt, I walked up to Mr. Jim and I asked, Mr. Jim, can you tell me anything about your Juche ideology? And to my great surprise, he actually really lit up. He was very happy. His answer did not make a whole lot of sense. A lot of their propaganda, a lot of their ideology does not make a whole lot of sense to me. And if I had to guess, most Koreans probably can't follow it either.
I fucked up.
And without pushing, I asked him, well, do you really believe that this ideology translates to the people? Do you really think that all Koreans can accomplish anything they dream of? He simply didn't have an answer for me, and by the point we were back at the bus, and our conversation kind of ended.
This area is off limits.
Hi!
The hotel that evening really reminded me of Stanley Kubrick's Shining. It was deserted, it was in the middle of nowhere, and it felt as if nobody has been there in ages. And I really wondered, do the staff of this hotel, do they come to work every day, even when there's no tourists, and do they still pretend that it's business as usual? Then I got to my room, and I turned on the TV.
Don't do that again.
I had the TV running for that evening. I wanted a local experience, and I very much got one. I was sitting in this crappy hotel room.
This game takes a while to load.
With old stinky carpets, with black and white images, and revolutionary music blasting
Oh, that's
on TV. And
annoying,
I simply felt
but that's okay.
to some strange other reality. If this is the Western luxury that you show off to foreigners, what kind of conditions do the locals actually live in? That evening was spent drinking blueberry wine in the hotel's hallway. What I found more interesting, though, was the cute waitress and the fact that she was completely mesmerized by the touchscreen on another tourist tablet. She spent most of the evening playing Angry Birds until suddenly Mr. Mo showed up. He sent the poor girl away and he started playing the game himself.
In July 4th, 1976, dear leader Kim Jong-il came here and set a place where we can give this monument.
Hello.
All the Korean people
If you can, go for it.
President Kim Il-sung as a tiger of the mountains. So we have to build this monument as a very young aspects of the President Kim Il-sung.
After learning all about the height, weight, and density of the deer leader statue and visiting a museum dedicated to the deer leaders, I headed up to the airport for my flight to Chongjin.
Chica's coming this way. Ooh. Chica's passed by.
FNAF Security.
If there's one image that stuck with me from Chongjin, it has to be the fact
So I'm not trying to like have to collect that stuff.
And many chemical complex here. And also there are many military bases. Every time
I like playing the save game. So let's save.
came here. Not to spot the military base, only to improve the people's life. Two leaders visited here more than 50 times. With the warm guidance of the President Kim Il-sung and dear leader Kim Jong-il, this city become modern city.
That was close. Nothing here.
after some 6-hour journey, I was taken to
I'm pretty sure I need security clearance for this room. That way's clear. This floor is clear, I should say. I need to gain actual clearance to
It was basically a gated building with a karaoke
this room.
table, with beer, and with very
Ah.
little else. I was told that I had about 3 hours to kill them.
Yeah, I think quick finish this here, and then go to the hotel quickly, check in, shower, and drink hot
Alright.
breakfast.
I was not allowed to wander, but I could go out to the courtyard.
Let's make a fucking run for it.
Sparked quite a bit of interest from the local people, especially from the kids. Many of the children, they came up, they poked their faces through the gate, they tried to see better, and I waved to some of them smiled, some of them got shy, and understandingly so, they were very curious.
I know to check the cam. Oh.
Foreigners before. With the street blocked up by fences, I tried to shoot some images through the cracks with a longer lens, but within seconds, Selma showed up. She was more angry than ever before, and she claimed that the locals came to her and that they told on me. She claimed that they were very angry with me, and basically, I'm in
God.
big trouble. I walked into my room, I looked through the window, and I got quite excited. I could actually see the life of the local Koreans from much closer than at any other point since the start of the trip. Later I was told that with no other hotels in town, the tour guides had no choice but to bring foreigners to the very center, to a place surrounded by locals. But after my earlier encounter,
Oh my god, I can move this?
I'm quite paranoid. And I keep wondering, even without the tour guides around, will the locals see me? Will they genuinely tell on me? And will I really get in trouble for filming?
Oh, that's hilarious. I literally found this game at Walmart for $15 and I only picked it up because of Markiplier. At least not him directly, more a friend of mine that I roomed with enjoys Markiplier and we watched his cover of this. I don't even know what... Oh, I'm back here.
Although feeling a bit stiff, The dinner performance from the waitresses completely out of tune, but they made up for it with their smiles.
Cheers! Ooh! Okay! Okay! Ooh, and the room's clear.
After dinner, Jim came up to me and he asked me if I was satisfied with his reality. It was pretty obvious he wanted to talk more.
Oh, that moment when you gotta collect things.
Nervous looks from the Western tour leader. He wants me to shut my mouth, but well, I kind of ignored him. And I told Jim that I didn't think North Korea was a really happy place for its people. Maybe they went too far.
Found the free gift.
But Jim listened.
It's a
Later, I
crappy
also asked
Mr.
him if
Hippo
the DPRK
fridge magnet?
considers North and South
Lame.
Korea as one country. Why would the North bomb the southern Yongping Island? Why would they risk hurting their own brothers?
Shells raining down on the island of Yongpyong, marking the first artillery strike on South.
Why are you sorry? I'm pretty sure that magnet's useful.
Fumes of smoke billowed from the tiny island community. Seoul lifted the state of military readiness to its highest level.
She can see it through the glass?
Firing in response to the hail of some 200 shells from the north. South
Oh,
Korea
that adds an extra layer of cool.
The exchange lasted about an hour. Up to 70 houses and other structures were set alight by North Korean artillery shells.
She can know where I am at.
Jim told me it was a distortion by the Western media. He told me it was a retaliation attack and that it targeted only a military base on the southern island. I did some research later on.
Nope, it would appear not.
He wasn't exactly wrong. Suddenly, Mo stormed in. He accused me of being a two-faced spy and an undercover journalist. I asked him to share his honest thoughts, but unfortunately, he wasn't willing to do that.
Should the South Korean puppet group dare intrude into the territorial waters of the DPRK, even 1/100th of a millimeter, the Revolutionary Armed Forces of the DPRK will continue taking merciless military counteraction.
Truth is, you do have to be a bit two-faced in North Korea. In my eyes, so many things are so twisted, straight wrong, and terribly evil. Most people, whether it's genuine or as a result of heavy indoctrination, they really believe all of it to be true. So even feeling so much anger towards their leaders, I recognize that only by respecting what they believe in can I expect them to open up to me. Then, the power cut out. In the morning, I visited another monument to, surprise, surprise, the President Kim Il-sung. Somebody asked, well, with all the problems that your country...
So, how does this magnet work, or is it literally like it says just decoration? Oh, okay.
The great leaders are completely selfless. They only care about the people. Kim Il-sung was a shy man. He didn't want the statue, but the people begged him so much that he finally agreed. The statue used to be hollow, but apparently the people felt that it wasn't a strong enough expression of love.
Thank you.
Why did they decide to fill the inside and make it solid? 이거 좀에서 주문하고 제가 오면서 이거 했다 했지. 이거 볼 때.
Store needs a daycare pass.
Hi, Chica.
This area is off limits.
Where will that load me? So, That button is probably there for a reason and not for me to backtrack going upstairs. Yep, just as I suspected. But that's fine.
At 4 or 5 year old, those children were much better than most adult professionals I had seen. And it was just the beginning.
Let's do this again. Where's Chica? Oh, she's at that end. She saw me. Oh!
By that time of the trip, I worked out my best strategy for filming. I had to stay as far away as possible from Mo and Selma, and I tried to hang around Mr. Jim, who was really quite friendly and supportive. On the way back to Pyongyang, perhaps to further disturb my filming, Mo announced that he will never bring another tourist to the area. He then started bragging about harassing other visitors with cameras.
I organized on the subway terrorists. Me and my driver broke break the terrorists camera.
You hate the journalists so much?
He almost opened the window.
Oh, they broke it. I thought you broke it.
Thank God. Okay, I'm sorry, Mr. Driver.
Welcome back.
That's your shot. Please stop the class very suddenly. So, enough of that. And then the journalists dropped their camera in the road. I like it.
Why would you like that? That's terrible.
Later on, he decided to sing for the group.
But you should fire Dave, he sucks. That's nice.
Today is the national holiday. This is a very significant day when the dear leader Kim Jong-il starts the Seonggun policy. Seonggun means army for the policy.
To celebrate the Seonggun holiday, I had lunch at one of the most unique restaurants in North Korea. Its only fast food joint. Deserted and possibly the only place in the world without Coca-Cola, it was otherwise pretty typical. Afterwards, I headed to the bowling alley where, after some encouragement from the Western tour leader, Mo finally agreed to give me an audio bit to the camera.
Normal peoples, every people, working youth, students, even the old people for the exercise.
Play the save game. Now that that is taken care of.
Walking back to the bus, I noticed Nothing special, except all the shelves are empty and the fruit on display is made from plastic. Apparently, it's decoration, and I'm not allowed to film. Then came yet another 70s film set.
Where's Chica?
Health and spa center equipped with a surreal.
Oh, did I fuck up her? Ah, I fucked up her rotation.
Oh dear, I can't let her see me looking like this.
Alright, so she's gonna apparently go up that way, so I'm gonna go for broke.
Distracted, I wandered away, and I spent a half hour exploring the hallways of this several-story building before catching up with the tour guides by the Olympic-sized swimming pool built for the people by the gracious leaders of the DPRK. As a little treat, I was taken for a ride on the Pyongyang Metro, including some stations not usually open to visitors. I stuck to my strategy of hanging around Jim and trying to avoid the other guys. What I didn't consider is that by doing so, I may actually be
Where
in
did you
trouble.
found the free gift? It's a crappy Mr. Hippo fridge magnet? Lame.
I'm sorry, Gregory. I am truly sorry.
That's nice. I want to be on the other side now.
Before the day's highlight, I took a stop at the Mass Dance, a celebration for the Songbul holiday. Jim had told me even more about the Korean culture, and he agreed to give me an on-camera interview about his country and about the
What?
performance I was to see that evening. But only seconds later,
And
I get
upstairs.
there, and Jim suddenly gets pulled away. He's told that he's needed somewhere else, and I'm told that he's not going to be with the group this evening. Whether a coincidence or a planned intervention at the hands of the senior guides, I can only speculate. But by this point in the trip, even the most paranoid scenario seems eerily possible. That evening, I was to experience the Guinness World Record winning North Korean dance and acrobatics extravaganza and the key highlight for most visitors, the Ariran Games.
This is actually like not good. I've already forgotten where I need to go. Oh. Where's that fucking ATM that I need to go to?
What the Ariran performance lacked in resources, they certainly made up in creativity and a huge number of performers.
20,000 showing, so backdrop, and 80,000 performance.
80,000 people in the
Oh.
performance? Wow.
20,000 for the backdrop. Totally, all together is about 90,000 people should join.
Maybe if I had a goddamn map. Oh my god.
Yes! The magnet scrambled the machine! Oh man, now it's some kind of daycare pass?
That is great news. I will meet you in the daycare. The entrance is
Oh!
on the second floor.
Okay. The moment Chica goes downstairs.
Before reaching Wonsan, I stopped by a collective farm in the region.
1,003 people are living in this farm, and among of them, 800
Alright.
are engaged.
I was no longer surprised when the farm looked nothing like any other ones I saw on the way.
Education teachers, we are not allowed to walk by only hand. We have to use the machines.
From the bus earlier, I saw many destroyed crops, but here the field is perfectly green and healthy. I wasn't sure this excursion had any tourism value.
We'll be right
at all,
back.
and I found it quite difficult to believe that this farm was a typical one. I did
Ow!
All right. Hmm. Well, there's only one way. That wasn't strange at all.
Gregory, I am unable to reach you. Check the daycare security and let me in.
Well, there's only one way.
However, I learned the story behind why number 3 is the lucky number in Korea.
Kim Sung asked the officers, "Can you guess how many Muslims are in the streets?" The officer said, 500 Muslims are in the street. Then President Kim laughed. "Why? You said only 500. President Kim Sung said 800. So after President Kim Sung left, all the farmers, they count the Muslims from the street and then count how many Muslims are in the streets. Exactly 803 Muslims are in the street.
네, 우리 조선 사람들은 예로부터 이 3자를 행복성자라 여기고 있는데 이 시약이
Korean people just think number three is the lucky. Like as in this, lucky
Number seven.
seven. But Koreans think number three is a lucky number. So 803.
After visiting a local school, which thankfully was much more settled than Cheongju, I continued on to the regional course. I love traveling to unknown to undeveloped spots, yet in this case, I really hope that I can come back and see a city thriving and the people's lives improving. Tourism could make that happen, but only if the restrictions on the people were... I tried to get a shot of it.
Hello, new friend. You're sure I'm late. Are we having a slumber party? Where are all your friends?
I told them what I thought of his
We can
constant
finger paint, tell stories, drink fizzy glasses to our heads, explode, and then stay all night. There is only one rule. Keep the lights on. No! I have to reach with the bottom. Where is the top? Not
The
please.
only time I talked to each other in Korean, they were clearly uncomfortable, they were clearly embarrassed, and, well, I wasn't two-faced anymore. But that certainly escalated tension between us, and now I wonder if I'm going to be restricted even more. I'm not sure how, but within 10 minutes, Mo's attitude changed completely. He suddenly became friendly, he invited everybody for seafood on the pier, and for the first time since the beginning of the trip, he was nice, he was open. In a subtle way, he also told me that allowing me to film may carry heavy consequences for him. I tried to imagine myself in the situation, and I tried to understand.
There's a new friend. This area is off limits. You're gonna get us in trouble.
After a morning game of beach volleyball, DPRK versus the Imperialists, my Korean experience was slowly coming. After lunch at the nearby Uli waterfall, I got back on the bus and found another tourist explaining the concept of YouTube to Jim and Selma.
Are you kidding me?
One of the most popular videos online, which he pre-recorded beforehand. Jim wanted more, and on the way back to Pyongyang, he asked me for my MP player. And the first thing he noticed is the player was made in Korea. I was a little concerned that I hurt his pride, but he wasn't hurt. I think it was just another seed that planted somewhere in his mind. We all live in a yellow submarine, yellow submarine, yellow submarine. Jim listened to my player for the entire ride back to Pyongyang. He got scared when he put on a random Rammstein song, but otherwise, he liked John Lennon.
That's annoying.
And I realized the North Koreans have never heard of the Beatles. They have never heard electronic music. They do not know Gangnam Style. They've never heard of the Dalai Lama, and they don't know Shakespeare. They have no idea what modern cities such as Tokyo, such as Dubai, or even Hong Kong look like. He also spent about 2 hours in my eyes is the absolutely most primitive drawing application. And it really helped me when I got home and I turned on my player and I saw this. This. In the afternoon, I filmed my final interview with the Western tour leader.
It's good to exchange ideas, exchange feelings and emotions with people. Everybody knows that.
Mother of fucking fuck.
Don't make him laugh. Come on.
Get out of my fucking way.
Throughout the trip, I overheard that floor 5 is where the Korean guys stay under heavy surveillance to make sure that they don't get corrupt Western ideas. I noticed many Koreans getting on the elevator after 7, so I decided to go down to 7 and try to take the stairs to floor 5. While covering this mystery concerning grave closure, but then, sadly, I failed. Just as I got to the staircase, this Korean guy shows up, and he wasn't going to let me through. Instead of a confrontation, this time, I decided to walk away. I guess that would be one more reason. Country more than the day I returned to Beijing from North Korea. I could cross the street without asking for permission. I could buy whatever I wanted. Nobody seemed to care about my camera. Well, at least it seemed free until I looked.
Okay, I am like unequivocally lost.
Before going to Korea, I expected the tour to show me how perfect and ideal their country is. I wanted the tour guides to indoctrinate me, to show me what a paradise Korea is, because I wanted to understand them better and I wanted to understand what they are taught. Instead, questions were not appreciated and answers were not given.
The North Korean threat is, in my view, quite strongly overplayed. I don't think they're nearly as threatening as they're made out to be. They're not really a rogue state. They're a very threatened state. They feel very threatened by the United States, having war games every year with the South Koreans and with Japan.
Why aren't my
They really want is to have all the
chat logs updating?
agreement, which goes back to the armistice, erases that with a peace treaty and some reassurances from the United States and from Western countries in general that they're not going to be attacked. It's a very difficult country to live in. It's a terrible time, but it's much worse, it's exacerbated by the embargo against it.
I'm still unsure if visiting Korea was ethically right or not. People will tell you that money from tourism...
Alright, so I have to get out of here somehow, some way, through that door. Why can't I see my chat logs?
And what's hard to comprehend is that North Korea is as far away from capitalism as
Oh, that's bullshit.
They love to buy things, they love to have things, but there is nothing to buy. There is no concept of supply and demand. People do not earn real salaries. They earn rations in jobs they're assigned to. The Koreans, they are different than other people in the world. What is different is that somewhere in their modern history, things went terribly wrong.
The more they're threatened, the more they're like a porcupine. They put their quills out. And when the South Koreans send up a three-stage missile, when the Japanese do, as they often do, it's disregarded as a provocative action. It's dubious technology, just like the North Koreans. But it seems that North Korea is the country that props the flag every time.
Alright, I'm gonna take a break.
Suspicious if we could have some kind of much more relaxed approach, a much more